You see, there's this speculation linking Vinicius Jr. to Arsenal. And I've seen so many Arsenal fans excited with that link. In fact, some of them have said that Vinicius Jr. is the right target and is the right player for them. That the Arsenal board should break the bank to sign Vinicius Jr. You see, there are so many things people don't know that can trigger that Arsenal team now. You see, right now, Arsenal have a wage structure. There is no player in their team earning up to £400,000 every week. And now Vinicius Jr. is aggrieved at Real Madrid because he wants to earn the same thing that Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe earns almost £700,000 every Friday. And Vinicius Jr. wants to be on that same wages. And now this same player is aggrieved at Real Madrid that they don't want to give him that same wages and he wants to leave. And you think he will not leave and you pay him the same 400 and he'll be happy? Or he will leave and you pay him 300 and you'll be happy? Now, wait, I'm coming on. I'm going somewhere. Now he's aggrieved and he's just remaining 1 year on his contract, which means it is affordable. Arsenal can get him. There is no doubt Arsenal can get him. But you have to entice him with the wages. That wage that is asking for in Real Madrid, if you want him to be happy at Arsenal, then you give him that wage. And it's going to cause problem if you give him that wage in Arsenal. I'm coming. So right now, Vinicius Jr. is aggrieved that they don't want to give him an improved contract. Although he still has to the summer of 2028 before his contract expires. So within that time, I think Real Madrid board will come together to discuss his new contract. But right now, look at where he's going to scatter Arsenal. You see, if let's just assume that Vinicius Jr. says, okay, I want to go to Arsenal, for example, Arsenal are going to pay him nothing less than £400,000 because that is his current wage. And Vinicius Jr. may not want to take that. So let's say Arsenal agrees, okay, come, we'll pay you 500. Arsenal pays him 500. You know what it will do? It will make so many of the players in that Arsenal team, especially the top players like the Declan Rice, they will make them aggrieved. And it will put a hole on their dressing room because many of the players will now want to earn at least close to what Vinny is earning at Arsenal, and it's going to make player power setting at Arsenal. See, there's a Arsenal fans don't know what you don't know what you are asking for. You want to scatter your dressing room. You see what Manchester United is doing now? They don't want to sign any player that they will pay 300 and above again. So they likely sign players who will fit into their wage structure. Because you saw what happened when they signed Alexis Sanchez from Arsenal to pay him 400,000 plus. You saw what he did. He scattered the dressing room. So many of the players became aggrieved and they want to earn that same amount that Alexis Sanchez is earning. That is the same thing that is going to happen to Arsenal. Vinicius Junior is a very good player, no doubt. He can help Arsenal win the Champions League, no doubt. But you cannot be a top player in Arsenal and you will see Vinicius earning 500, for example, and you are on 120 or 150, and you'll be happy to play. No. But when you know that the team have a way structure that the highest player is, let's say, for example, 200, and you're on 150, you are not much aggrieved because you know that this is the way structure. But when a club breaks the bank for a player, they believe is world class, and you believe yourself you are also world class, you are going to be aggrieved. Let us tell ourselves the truth. You see, Arsenal fans may not know what they're asking for now. There's a reason why Real Madrid don't want to pay Vinny Jr. that same amount that Kylian Mbappe is earning. See, first of all, Kylian Mbappe came in for free from PSG. So all that transfer fee is added to his wages. So that is why he's on that wage. Vinny Jr. came up through the ranks and he earned this new contract. Yes, kudos to him. He helped the team win back-to-back Champions League. But that was almost down to Toni Kroos and Luka Modric. They were the engine behind that Champions League, not really Vinny Jr., which means any other good attacker would have still shown to win the Champions League, rather whether it's Vinicius Jr. or not. If Kylian Mbappe existed in this team that had the Toni Kroos and Luka Modric, he would have still won the Champions League. Let us be realistic. You see, Arsenal fans may think, okay, once they get this Vinny Jr., that they can win the Champions League. You see, the dressing room, having a dressing room that is happy is paramount. That is what is more necessary than winning a trophy. Because when your dressing room is happy, then you can challenge for top trophies. But when you have a dressing room divided because of wage, then it's a problem already for the team. So I think Arsenal should reconsider what they want to do. Vinny Jr. is not going to come down from what he's earning because he's agreed at Real Madrid for not giving him a new contract to equal what Kylian is earning. So going for him now is suicidal, if you ask me. That is that for Arsenal. Then you see, Real Madrid are in talks with Rodri's agent to see if a transfer is possible. You see, Real Madrid need that dominant midfielder who can confidently replace Luka Modric and Toni Kroos. And Rodri suits that profile. And if Rodri agrees to, of course, Rodri said he wants to go to Real Madrid, no doubt. But it's not left for Manchester City now to decide. But Manchester City don't want to let go of their key player. Manchester City wants him to remain in the team. So that is what the problem is now. So if Real Madrid are to let's say make an offer, they might make that hundred. It may make that £100 million bid for Rodri for him to leave Manchester City now. And if let's assume that Rodri now comes to Real Madrid now, which means Chouameni will be leaving. And that is where Manchester United may get their man because Manchester United have been interested in signing Chouameni all summer. So if Rodri decides now, okay, I want to go to Real Madrid, and Manchester City accepts the money Real Madrid are offering, then it is likely that Chouameni will move to Manchester United. So this transfer depends on who moves to where. So if Rodri agrees to move to Real Madrid, then Chouameni can move to Manchester United. I think, but Tchouameni is on big wages also in Real Madrid. So it depends on the personal terms that they can reach because right now Tchouameni is in his prime. The same thing as Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior is also in his prime. This is the last contract they are going to sign before a deadline. So if, for example, now Vinicius is on 400, for example, he's not going to sign a contract to reducing his wages now because I think he's still in his prime. So he's going to sign that big contract now, like 5 years contract for 500, for example, £500,000, for example. Then at the expiration of that contract, that is when he might not reduce his wages, or he might even choose to go to MLS or Saudi. So the same thing with Chouameni. So Chouameni is on two something, but his own is even understandable and more manageable because at least we have Bruno on three something, we have Rashford on three something. So Chouameni's wage is not much of a problem because we still have players who earn more than him at Manchester United. But Manchester United have a wage structure now, so they are not signing players who will disrupt their wage structure and possibly scatter the dressing room. So that is that for that. So if Rodri moves to Real Madrid, it means Chouameni might likely go to Manchester United because with the quality of Chouameni, he cannot be second choice in that Real Madrid dressing room. So Real Madrid, I think they have done a lot in the summer. They have signed 4 players already, and they are going for Diomande now, Jan Diomande of Leipzig and Rodri. That's to show you that this is a club who wants to get back to winning the big titles. Real Madrid likes winning the big titles. They don't like winning Copa del Rey, those small titles. No, it is La Liga Champions League. That is their main focus. And for them to do it, then they need to replace that Luka Modric and Toni Kroos that left because those people were the engine that Real Madrid used to win the Champions League. So since they have left now, Real Madrid have not been able to win the Champions League. So they need to replace them well. And Rodri suits that profile, if you ask me.